All right, so you ready for some IPL action?
Oh yeah, season is here.
We're talking CSK versus MI.
Can't get much bigger for opening weekend, right?
It's going to be huge.
Yeah.
So let's dive right into it.
Absolutely. We've been poring over all the reports, getting ready.
Especially that India Today article laying out the predicted playing X's.
Yeah, that one's got some gold.
So that's what we'll be focusing on today.
Really want to give you guys the inside track on what to expect, with the lineups and all.
Especially because Mumbai's got a couple of pretty big challenges right out of the gate.
Right off the bat, yeah.
Sunday, MA Chidambaram Stadium, Chennai match number 3.
Setting the stage.
But before we even get to tactics, we got to address the elephant in the room.
Oh yeah, the big news for MI.
They're going to be missing some serious firepower.
It's a double whammy this time. No Hardik Pandya.
Their captain out for this one.
1 match suspension. That overrate issue from before came back to bite him.
And as if that wasn't enough, they're also missing Jasprit Bumrah.
Bumrah is still recovering from that back injury.
Not going to be available for at least the first few games.
Big blows for MI, no doubt.
So no Pandya leading the charge, which means Suryakumar Yadav steps up as captain.
Surya's got the armband this time.
And from what we're hearing, this has led to some pretty interesting adjustments in their approach.
Definitely seems like they've had to rethink things a bit.
That India Today piece really highlighted this whole flexible batting lineup idea that MI is supposedly going with.
Flexible, that's the word everyone's using.
But what does that actually mean in practice?
Well, what's fascinating is that Suryakumar himself was very upfront about it.
Yeah, he didn't shy away from the topic.
In the article, he specifically says he's ready to bat at 3 or even 5.
Wow, so he's open to moving around quite a bit.
And he mentioned Tilak Varma can also slot in at 5 if needed.
So they've got options.
But here's the kicker. It's not just about 1 or 2 guys being versatile.
There's more to it.
Oh, yeah. This is where it gets interesting. The quote that jumped out at me was Suryakumar saying, "Everyone is flexible."
Everyone is flexible. Okay? That's a pretty bold statement.
It is, and it tells you a lot about their mindset for this match.
So what's the implication?
They're basically saying they're ready to chop and change the batting order on the fly, depending on how the game's going.
So we might see some real shakeups.
Absolutely. If they get off to a flyer, they might send a pinch hitter up the order.
Or maybe counter a specific bowler by changing who walks out.
Exactly. For anyone watching this match, the takeaway is don't be surprised if MI's batting order looks a bit unorthodox.
This flexibility, it's born out of necessity, but it could be a double-edged sword, right?
For sure. On the one hand, it lets them adapt to different bowling attacks and situations. But on the other hand,
it could also lead to a lack of clearly defined roles.
And maybe some confusion in those high-pressure moments.
You can bet Chennai will be looking to exploit that uncertainty.
Oh yeah, they'll be analyzing all of this for sure.
Now let's flip the script and talk about the Chennai Super Kings.
CSK. All right, let's see what they've got.
The article describes their lineup as relatively settled.
Relatively settled. Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
Definitely gives them a sense of stability going into this clash.
No doubt having that core group of players who know their roles must be a big confidence booster.
But even with a solid foundation, there's still one big question mark for CSK.
I wonder what it could be.
It's the age-old dilemma, who's going to partner Ruturaj Gaikwad at the top of the order.
The opening partnership, always a hot topic.
So who are the main contenders here?
Well, the article highlights 2 names. Devon Conway.
Experienced guy, Conway.
And Rachin Ravindra.
Ravindra's been making a name for himself lately.
Both quality players in their own right. So who gets the nod?
That's the million-dollar question.
The article seems to think Rachin Ravindra is the frontrunner.
Really? Interesting.
They cite his recent form as the main reason.
Recent form? Okay.
Yeah.
But they don't really go into specifics.
No, they don't. But the implication is that he's been in red-hot form leading up to the tournament.
So he could inject some real dynamism at the top of the order.
That seems to be the thinking.
So we'll have to keep an eye on that one. Ravindra versus Conway for that opening spot.
Absolutely.
Now, what about the rest of the CSK batting lineup?
Ah, yes, the middle order.
The article mentions some familiar names.
They really emphasize the solidity of that middle order. You've got Rahul Tripathi.
Tripathi, always a threat.
Deepak Huda, Shivam Dubey, Vijay Shankar.
That's a pretty strong lineup.
It's a good mix of experience, aggressive stroke play, and guys who can build an innings if needed.
Provides a solid platform for the openers to build on.
Exactly.
And of course, we can't forget where we are.
Ah, yes, Chennai the Chip Rock.
Known for its unique conditions, often favoring spin bowling.
The pitch can be a real factor here.
Does the predicted CSK lineup reflect this potential advantage?
Oh, absolutely. They've definitely got an ace up their sleeve in that department.
I'm intrigued. Tell me more.
The article calls it a lethal spin duo. Noor Ahmed and R. Ashwin.
Whoa, Ashwin and Noor Ahmed, that's a serious spin attack.
And remember, the pitch is likely to be slow and low.
Making those spinners even more dangerous.
A lethal spin duo on that chip-hawk pitch, that could be a game changer, don't you think?
It could be what makes them so potent.
Well, you've got Ashwin's experience and tactical nous combined with Noor Ahmed's mystery and ability to turn the ball sharply.
They could really tie down those MI batsmen.
Especially if they're trying out different batting combinations.
Okay, let's get down to brass tacks here.
Time for the predicted.
According to India Today, what are the predicted playing XIs for both sides?
All right, let's start with the Chennai Super Kings.
CSK first.
They're predicted to go with Rachin Ravindra, Ruturaj Gaikwad, the captain Rahul Tripathi, Shivam Dube, Sam Curran, Ravindra Jadeja, MS Dhoni behind the stumps, are Ashwin Matisha Patharana, Noor Ahmed, and Khalil Ahmed.
Quite the lineup. They've got all bases covered.
And for their impact sub, they're likely to choose between Deepak Huda and Vijay Shankar.
Gives them the flexibility to adjust depending on the situation.
Exactly.
Now, for the Mumbai Indians, the team with those early hurdles to overcome.
Let's see what they're predicted to put out there.
Their predicted XY is Rohit Sharma.
Hitman leading the charge.
Ryan Rickleton, the wicketkeeper. Will Jacks. Tilak Varma, Surya Kumar Yadav as captain. Namantir Karn Sharma. Robin Muntsman, Mitchell Santner, Trent Bolt, and Deepak Chahar.
And for their impact sub, they're looking at either Rajan Gadbawa or Arjun Tendulkar.
Again, gives them options to bolster their batting or bowling, depending on how the match unfolds.
They'll need to be adaptable, that's for sure.
So we've got the predicted lineups. What are the key takeaways here for you, the listener?
Well, the biggest thing to remember is the impact of those absences for Mumbai Indians.
Pandya and Bumrah out. That's a huge loss.
It forces them to change their game plan, and it'll definitely affect their team composition.
And that brings us right back to that flexible batting approach, doesn't it?
Oh yeah, they're trying to make a virtue out of necessity.
Injecting some unpredictability to compensate for those missing players.
You could see some batsmen batting out of position, which will be interesting to watch.
CSK, on the other hand, they've got a more stable look, but that opening partnership is the big question mark.
Conway's experience versus Ravindra's recent form, it's a tough choice.
And the fact that Ravindra is being tipped based on current form adds another layer of intrigue.
Definitely something to keep an eye on.
And of course, we can't forget about that CSK spin attack.
Ashwin and Noor Ahmed on a pitch that's likely to favor spin.
That could be a real weapon for them.
Especially against a Mumbai Indians batting lineup that might be a bit unsettled.
So let's recap. Mumbai Indians going in without two of their biggest stars.
Leading them to adopt this flexible batting strategy we've been talking about.
Expect some surprises in their batting order. Chennai Super Kings, on the other hand, have a more settled look, but that opening partnership is still up for grabs.
With Rachin Ravindra seemingly having the edge.
And the effectiveness of that CSK spin attack on their home turf will be a key factor.
It all boils down to some fascinating questions for you to think about. How well will this flexible approach from Mumbai Indians actually work? Can they truly compensate for the quality and experience of Pandya and Bumrah?
And if Ravindra does open for CSK, can he grab that opportunity with both hands and set the tone for their innings?
These are the things to ponder as you watch what promises to be a thrilling start to the IPL season.
Can't wait.
Let's play some cricket.
All right, we'll see you next time.
See you later.